Oh, wow, Bryce. That's some good Vindex cheesy news music. Overproduced. Oh, I like it. Good morning, everybody. Friday afternoon. I love the background music. This isn't that serious, man. We're not screwing around. I'm telling you guys straight up facts, but it is the end of spring. So that spring market hit hard, and the height of it was February 28th, and we're noticing it. It's been coming down just a little bit every week, and the crazy spring money did not last as long as I expected it to. In the auction lanes is what I'm talking about. Duh. You know, and I base these results off of our results and my observations. We sell 1,000 cars a week at Give Me the VIN. You know, Holland's Head sells 500 cars a week up in PA. There's a couple of other big wholesale groups and banks and this and that, and we watch them all over the country. California slipped a little harder than Dallas this week in our lanes in California, but it's just the normal stuff, guys. The COVID is over. That final COVID lift, it's over. We're back to the normal. If you couldn't make money in the old version of wholesale, you probably won't in the new one that's coming, because the wholesale market is back to what it was. We're in a good market. It's not bad. There's nothing wrong with this. We all just got so damn spoiled with our, 3X, 2X, 10X results during that time. And it wasn't that long ago. It was post-COVID when the inventories got screwed up. It's depressing, $100,000 a year guys making $5. $300,000 a year guys making $8. It was wild. But the car dealership's the same thing. The salesmen, and the managers, everybody's getting fired. Everybody's swapping around. The big rotating circus is occurred in the dealerships over the past, 18 months, because the dealers were making so much money that when they started slipping, they started blaming their staff. And then the staff wasn't making as much money, and they're like, well, I'm worth, $300,000 a year now because that's what I've been making for 2 years. I'm going to go get that somewhere else. And then they go to the other place, and the other dealer's like, I'm looking for an answer to my problem. And they grab somebody else's problem, and they realize that he's probably worse than the problem that they just fired. Anyway, things are back to normal. And business is back to normal for a sense, but the market overall is good. These Cybertrucks, 150s where they're laying right now. We had, we might have 8 of them last week. Those cars came down 10,000 a week. That first one at 244 was over the top that we sold, and then the next one I think was 200, and then click, 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 click. I don't know if they're going to land at 150 and live at 150, or if they're going to live at 140, if they're going to live at 130, we don't know. And it was so funny, we sold one for 151 or something, and the guy called, hey man, I just saw you got 151 for one, give me 150 for mine. Well, it doesn't work like that, because there's a lot of risk in those cars. And to tell you the truth, we got caught speeding on 4 of them last week. Took a pretty good haircut because we were over the money line on them. And, we had to pay some tax. We trade cars. We gamble, right? We put a spot price on a car for 200. We hope it brings 203. If it brings 197, we lose. When guys see our lanes, like, how in the hell do y'all get that much good inventory? How do you get this much stuff bought? It's because we pay too much for it. Because we're gambling degenerates. We're bookies. We're pushing money at the car fleet, automotive fleet, at all times. And the good stuff we really push out. I bought a Demon, whatever, it's the new Dodge Demon yesterday from a dealer, and paid him $1 gazillion profit over a sticker, hoping that I could get my little piece. And I might get it, or I might lose it, or I might break even. Let me show you an example. I've been playing with these classic cars a little bit lately, and it's just trying to learn something new. And look at this, Bryce, throw that truck up that I bought off Bring a Trailer. Let me show you an example of playing with markets. I've been playing with classic cars a lot. I bought this truck on Bring a Trailer, I think last August, because I saw one. I started seeing a development in these 1 ton and 3/4 ton old body style OBS trucks. And this is a 454, like 1990, with 20,000 miles on it. And look what I paid for it. So that was Bring a Trailer, August 25th, 3 days before my birthday. And I figured I could sit on it for 6 months or a year and it would appreciate. Because I'd seen a couple that I thought were similar bring 27. And at the time, some of these other cars were getting higher and higher. I was like, this might be a good bet. And I like the truck. So I sold it yesterday in Houston at Mecum for this. You get the price there? Yeah, $23,100. So what was that first price? $22,750. It doesn't even matter. I mean, it's within $500. But look at the difference in the pictures, too. So the Bring a Trailer guy, photoshopped it to where it looks red, which is more desirable. When I bought it, I thought I was buying a red-white. And this is what I got. Burgundy, silver. Go back, red-white. Burgundy, silver. Huh. Anyway, Mecum brought a little bit more, but after shipping it and paying fees on both ends, obviously, it was a loss. And there were a couple more that I sold this week in Houston yesterday, just playing around. So that car we bought from an individual for $19,000 about 10 months ago. One of my buyers bought it. He said, hey, boss, I know you're gathering up some of these rigs. This one's pretty nice. Now, what we did wrong is I didn't take those stupid mud flares off of it, and I didn't take that stupid-ass eyebrow off of it. The eyebrow had 8 drill holes into the cab, and that's why I didn't take that. But we could have taken those 4 mud flares off. And then that little piece in the grill that's missing, we could have grabbed a piece and glued it up and made it where it would hold, so it didn't have that little. But that car was nice, dude. You couldn't restore that rig, that 4-wheel drive K10, for $20,000. And remember this: when you see $22,250, that is not real. The truck brought $20,000, and the buyer's fee at the auction was $2,000. Or maybe it brought $20,250 or something. So the $2,000 of that is buy fee on the top that I don't get. The seller doesn't get. And then the seller's got to pay this, 8% sale fee. So complete loser after shipping. Not that big of a loser. Then here's another one. So that car I bought at a sale from an individual in Arkansas about the same time. I gathered up a handful of cars. Now I gave $19,000 for this one, plus 8% buy fee, plus shipping. Then sent it to Houston, and then they sold it for whatever 10% less of that is. So I probably made $4,000 on that one. But as you can see, we're just dicking around and making no money. And then I take one in the head, like a blind meteorite just hits me upside the head and knocks the wind out of me. Do you have that one, that Eliminator, Bryce? The black Monte Carlo SS. Yeah. And when I was at Greensboro, I bought this one for $22,000, and it's got like 4,000 miles on it. I don't think it said 4,000 miles on the listing. And so, I just, lost it all right there. So that's what I know about classic cars, guys. I don't know shit. Need to buy weird Hummers and stuff. It's interesting you learn more as you get in deep and you watch, and that's how I learned what I know about the whole car market, the straight car market. That's how we all do it. You jump in the Ferraris and the Lamborghinis and the this and that. You just got to dive in and do it. Talking about it is fun. Paper trading is cute. But when you do it, you feel the emotion of it and you don't forget. Oh my God, John, your memory is so good. Are you autistic? Are you special ed? How do you remember all this? Because you get your ass kicked. That's how you remember all this. It started with Ford Tauruses, and then it went to Dodge Caravans and Ford Windstars in '96. The off-lease cars, I was watching a minute ago, a 23 EV Benz. MMR is 87.5, and it just sold for 72.5 with multiple bidders and no miles on it. So, used car manager is at the store, and he sees 87.5 MMR. He knows EVs are soft. Maybe we could get it for 82, 83. Customer says CarMax was 85, or Gimme the VIN was 85. Remember, customer lies a lot to you guys. And so used car manager puts 85 in it because MMR's 87.5. He runs it to the auction and he gets no money. He says the auction sucks, something's wrong. Well, no, what's wrong is the car's too high. But there was a lie in Holland's Head Lane a minute ago. I watch it. Multiple bidders. It sold for 72.5. Get $15,000 back of MMR, roughly. Wholesale's coming back. The auction, your old auction experiences of not liking it are coming back. The wholesalers will be fine. The as Holland said, calls it the tulips. They're going to be gone pretty quick. They're starting to fade out right now. But the liquidity, the new cars are coming back up in stock. The liquidity is necessary so that they don't have next to new cars all over their auction, all over their new car dealerships. And I think that this thing that, all the wholesalers have been out because the new car stores won't sell many cars because they're keeping them all or selling them all at the auction. I think we're going to straighten out. I think it's a hard game. I don't think it's for everybody. It's the margin's not going to be as good as it's been the past few years, but it's still very lucrative. I've been in it since I was 22 years old, like almost 30 years, and made money every year. And it's what I am. It's what I do. I'm better at this part of it than the classic cars. What about that Hellcat, Bryce? You got that picture? So like that one, I think we sold it for that. No, maybe a little bit more. But look at MMR on that one. Chrysler's going to quit making them, and these cars are bringing crazy money. I don't know if y'all ever watch the reels I have on Instagram where I'm bidding cars on the radio and everybody's cussing me and telling me I'm a lowball artist. Yeah, So if I did a reel on that one and I hit that car at $63,000, the customers, the people watching the internet, the reels, tell me I'm a lowballer, I'm an idiot, I'm a this and that. Don't be an idiot. Don't lose a bunch of money. I'm talking to you, my dealer friends, because they don't know. The hammer's what knows. The market is the market is the market, and that's what knows. Anyway, sorry I missed last week. I was in Reno with Adam Corolla. I did the show from KLOS in L.A., and Friday I was traveling. That's my wife, Jeanette. And Adam is, I'll make this quick. How long have we been going, boss? 12 minutes, okay. So jump out if you don't want to hear this, but this is a cool story about Adam Corolla's car collection and the Paul Newman thing. So Adam started gathering Paul Newman's car collection. Paul Newman was a race car driver. Paul Newman was the Leonardo DiCaprio of the 60s. Big movie star. There you go. Remember him in Color Money, him and Cruz. So Paul was a badass race car driver, and he had a 935 Porsche that won Le Mans a couple of times, and he's got all kinds of accreditations, and he's the winningest. He's a pro race car driver, bottom line. And Corolla started gathering his race cars from Bob Spears and Sharp, and this is the museum in Reno where they put up this collection, and Adam has these 12 cars that are all Paul Newman cars on display, and we donated it or dedicated it last Saturday, and I went with him, and it was fun. Jay Leno was going to come, but he didn't make it, so we stopped by his on the way to Reno. We stopped by Jay's garage and hung out with him for about an hour, and then what he did is he zoomed in that evening to do the live thing for the crowd with Adam because Jay wasn't in the right spirits to be traveling. But it was pretty cool. But Paul Newman's daughter came. And she brought her high school boyfriend. There's Nell Newman, and there's her high school boyfriend. They're still friends. Get this. I'll jam through this quick. So Paul Newman is walking outside, talking to the 18-year-old boyfriend who's working in the yard at his house. Says, boy, what time is it? He said, I don't have a watch, sir. And he pulls off this Rolex, and he throws it to him. And the kid took it. He's thankful. It was like 1980. And he wore it for 40 years. People started asking, where's the Paul Newman Rolex? Where's the Paul Newman Rolex? And then it got crazier and crazier, and they must find this Paul Newman Rolex that's been on this guy's arm for all these years. And they decided to auction it off, and look at what it brought. You're reading that right. So the guy kept some of the money. He gave a lot of the money back to his friend Nell Newman's charitable foundation. And that 935 red Porsche, the Hawaiian Tropic race car, was up there at Sotheby's or wherever they did it, and at the same time sitting next to it. So Corolla's pretty smart. He knows what he's doing. He's putting together this collection that I don't know how much he has in it now. I know he gave $4.5 million for that. Do you have a picture of that race car? It says Hawaiian Tropic on it. And it was also wrapped in Apple Computer. It was the first Apple Computer race car. But Adam is a car enthusiast. He's really smart with this stuff. I learned a lot about it because it just sounded real quirky and weird to me in the beginning. But after spending the whole weekend with him and Leno and going through the details of what they're doing, Leno doesn't do it for money. Adam's really not doing it for money. He wants to protect his investment. And he wants a return on it. Leno, he absolutely doesn't sell anything. People give him cars, give him a lot of those cars because they have money and he's got money and he doesn't have any kids. So for Jay, it's not a money thing. It's just a love thing. Adam it's a love thing for Paul Newman's race collection, and he hopes that he could at least maybe get the same return when he sells them down the road, as he did, in the market or something like that. But based off of the watch, I think Adam's on the right track. He might not be as dumb as he looks. I don't know what all this means and everything I just told you. I hope you enjoy it. I do it because I like talking to you guys. Remember, give me the VIN YouTube channels where these are going to get posted. I'm going to do this again today on the GMTV Garage, and we're also going to double post it on the Give Me the VIN page, but you've got to subscribe over there if you want these Vindexes, because I'm pulling it from this channel, because this is more detail, this is more geeky dealer-to-dealer stuff, and the channel's really tits-ass, rock and roll, grab-ass entertainment, so I want to separate the two. All right, see you on the radio in the morning, Saturday morning, across the country. jcwshow.com. If you've never listened to that, you might enjoy it. There's also a podcast. You can get it at jcwshow.com or just click through the YouTube. Anyway, it's everywhere. See y'all soon. See you in the lanes next Wednesday. Thank you.